Hey, this is August. I'm working frantically at getting the bus figured out, but I just got a whole bunch of new parts. And what I'm feeling here is I don't like the edge that's on the cylinder, on the edge of the piston this way. So when it's retrieving, it's actually has a little scraping edge there. This side, hey, it's not much better. How about this? This is the bad one right here. This thing, man, that could scrape cast iron in a New York heartbeat. Other than that, looks good. I'm looking for any kind of a dent or something that would. One thing we don't want to do is to score the cylinder. The O-ring thing, yeah, that's a great idea and all that. That make for a better seal than the original rings as far as keeping the thing up. Now that I've had a taste of what a good one acts like, anything else is substandard. In other words, what I'm saying is when you pump it up, it should be a whole lot like a jack and take a long, long time to come down. Matter of fact, hydraulic jacks to the point usually don't, but this, because of its valve arrangement, always has some leakage, but not fast. I mean, you should be able to travel down the road lots of miles without having to run that blade to keep the lift up. Or for that matter, unhook it and run with the power takeoff running. You unhook the PTO. This is a new Jubilee style piston, and I have not got the cosmoline, the stuff that it came in, off of it yet entirely. That's where you put on your gloves if you don't want to have gas on your hands, but I'm just demonstrating because I don't really care, but I do sometimes get concerned. Oh, August. Get some gloves on. Man, your hands are so filthy you can't even... you like to have clean hands if you go out to dinner or something and look like they're dirty. Even though they are clean, they've got grease ground into them. That's not good. Not good. It's not good for them either. So anyway, put on your gloves and get a little bit of your favorite solvent on a rag. Make sure it's your favorite solvent now. Any good solvent, solvent should be okay. I don't know. You know, this stuff can be a little stubborn. Some things might not work on it. I know gasoline does, and gasoline isn't killing my gloves, I don't think. No, it doesn't seem to be. Although maybe, we'll see. I don't know. My point here is I just don't want the cosmoline. I see it in there, man. That's in a little crack in there. I need to dig a little stick in there and drag that out. I don't want to put that seal in on that like that. A plastic spatula would be a good thing to go in here with. I think I'm just going to pick a stick up off of the ground. See if I can scrape it out of there with a stick. How's the stick like it? Oh yeah, it scrapes right out of there. You don't want to put that seal in on top of whatever this crap is. Probably won't hurt anything, but I'm not saying it's making it, not going to give its life any helping hand. Look at all that garbage that I'm pulling out of there. Plus, don't forget that I've been doing it with a wash rag, and I see wash rag lint in that cosmoline. You don't want that cosmoline back there. I don't want it to pick up anything when I'm done. Get that off of there. I'm scraping that out of there with a stick. over there. Let's get that. See that right there on the end of the stick? That's that's definitely the stuff that I'm digging out. I don't know that it, you know, I mean, what the, oh man, look at that big old lump. Yuck. See, the gasoline eats through it too slow. I don't have any other suggestions. Nothing else is as, I don't know, gasoline's about as cheap. Okay, well, I got to get some gasoline back after it now. Get this stuff off. I'm down. Oh man, I'm leaving you out. I am scraping the cosmoline. This little stick. Why is a stick a good thing? Because it can't scratch the cylinder. If I got to work with trying to get it out of there with some kind of a blade, I could make a mistake and dig in. You don't want to do that. We are going to go get some. I'm going to go get some 4/0 steel wool in a little while, and we're gonna work this edge till it's smooth. This sucker will grab you and bite. I mean, that feels like a cutting tool. Feels like an insert on the tip, man. They got the general shape right. You got to do the finish work on this thing. I see guys driving this thing in with a hammer. I think, man, that's awful hard, is it? Or is it really that bad? The fit. Of course, the O-ring, squeezing an O-ring into a square hole does tax its capabilities. Okay, well, let's get another piece of. This has too much cosmoline in it. I'm setting it out here a minute to dry and get the firebox. Get us another clean one. I love clean wash rags. Yeah, stack them clean wash rags costs a little money, but I can see whether there's dirt on them or not. These white ones. I don't like too much color in them. Okay, there's that piston. Getting the cosmoline off. I'm working on the bus. This is for the scraper tractor is the one that needs it the most. All right. Oh, well, push it in. Get some guys out. All right. It's a little wet. All right. Back into this groove. I want that thing clean, clean, clean. Still bringing out some grit now. This is a rough machining job on here. I love that they call it a new piston and all that. But I hope it fits good. Guess it doesn't have to. I decided on 2/0 steel wool. This finish is not going to be. It's not even close to 2/0 sweet. But I'm just going on the edge. I want that edge so it is smooth. Oh hell, that feels so much better already. Just a quickie. I don't want to. I was thinking, well, if I find something that a finish file needs to be used on, that settles it right up, man. That settles the problem I have with it. Oh yeah, I mean, that just, wow, that knocks what I hate right down. Not a problem. You can't even see what I've done. That's the beauty of it. If I run a file on this thing, you're going to see it immediately. Even if you are gently taking a high spot out of it. And I'm just not feeling, man, that's all it needs, man. That is 2/0, and 4/0's just going to take you a lot longer to work with if it'll even do what we're looking for. So I've got 2/0 and 4/0 for my choices. Why is there something rough over here? Man, that is so much better. And what I really like is you can't see what I've done with the steel wool. So I'm going to absolutely recommend that you go with steel wool and don't screw with like things like sandpaper or that, some kind of you need a grinding machine with perfect grinding stones to do anything worth doing to this stuff. Oh, that is so much better. I still got a little bit in. I'll do that around a little bit. Feels like they might have a cupped edge right there. Have to look at it under a. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, he doesn't want it. It's not wanting to peel my hide anymore on that edge. Is there anything else that needs? Why am I feeling something over here? What's going on? That's a sharp edge down there in the groove. I haven't worked that at all. Maybe they want that leather band there so this thing doesn't cut up the rubber. I don't know. Always wonder, how come we gotta have a leather band on there? Damn, piston's too sharp. It'll cut the rubber. They have quite a beveled edge on, well, no, that's a beveled edge on the O-ring push side. It's more square where the leather goes to the back of the O-ring that's getting pushed on by the oil from this direction. And yeah, 2/0 for this thing is just fine and dandy, man. You can't even see what I'm doing. I'm taking off an edge that you can't see, or I can't anyway, but I can still see the machine marks, everything in it. Don't get carried away, Al. You don't have to do the whole thing. It just smooths that surface. I don't want my new cast iron cylinder being stressed by a sharp piston. Wow. How's my cloth feel? Trying to cut it? Trying to take off hide? No, feels real good. Okay, I'm going to stop here for a few minutes. I've gotten all the cosmoline out of there, and I can't say it is, I can't say it ain't. But it wasn't there when they got through machining it. That cosmoline is keeping it from rusting on its way here. And what we want to do now is I want to put the leather band on it and let the leather band dry. I'm not in such a damned hurry. That's what I stopped. I'm working on the bus, and this is all we're doing, is going to leather band that piston. Okay, again, what this is all about is I want to get this leather seal on thing on. I think, man, which side against the leather? They didn't tell me, oh, this side against the leather is best. It just has to go against the leather. So I'm going to put the, why don't I put the smooth side up against the, just push it on there, push that over. Okay, it's on there. Now, what I really want to do is I want it shrunk. I see somebody push too hard on this thing. I want that water out of it. I want that backer down in there. We are drying this. How tight is it? Is it getting tighter? Is it getting tighter? Well, I'm going to keep crunching it together. Yeah, it is. It's getting tighter. I want it dry. I don't know what the guys are doing. Are they waiting and dry, or they're just putting it on there and then squeezing it in and under, and it goes and doesn't damage it? I don't know. And I am not willing to find out. I've just thought to myself, when I do this, I'm going to, and I don't want a wet ring sitting there on that piston, because as soon as this thing is dry and tight, I'm going to put it in a bag as a built part. I went and got the O-ring. You don't want to cut the O-ring in any way, shape, or form. That's a good reason, again, why, to make sure that you're not sharp along this edge anywhere when you're taking that O-ring over the corner. You need that smooth so as not to cut into it. I want this to work perfectly. So can I actually do this by just, boy, that's, well, let's see. Goes in here. This is this push side. Yep. It is a little awkward, that's for sure. Got to be Man Mountain Mike to put this on, or what? And there it goes. Okay. Get it down there. Wow, that's interesting. Did you look at that now? Why? Huh. Is that really? Look at that. Now that's really weird and interesting to boot. I've got it. They certainly do work together. That gives me the ability to push it together more, as because it isn't entirely dry yet. Won't dry as easily with that rubber in there, but all right. Well, I have. This is the second time I've taken this up and then looked at what I did, and I really do like the results of how this pushes that semi-dried leather band into a completely behind the piston situation. That's what I really want. I want that thing squeezed in behind that piston. So I'm going to set this out. I'm going to put it under a rag. It'll still get quite warm. I'm going to put it in the direct sunlight for a while and let it take some heat like that. Not directly. I don't want the O-ring affected. Or maybe I do it like this and let everything but the O-ring be affected. And your dry cloth out there in the sun, it will pick up moisture like you just suck it up. It's a wick just waiting for this thing to give up some moisture. So that's where I'm going. I'm sure that this is not necessary in a lot of cases to be this particular about this, but I want the Ivan Bell to swing that blade proudly. It is completely flush around the piston, and there's no sign. I have it shoved down to where I can just barely see the leather band, and this is not necessarily necessary, but nevertheless, I'm just dying. I put it in a desiccant and put it in a bag just like this, huh? The only part that that I worry a little bit about is the, but I've brought it around. It looks good. I think I can get that one. I can see where that is right here, but I couldn't tell the last time I pulled the clip up. Hey, let's just have another look. Make sure we're not doing anything that shouldn't be done to it. And you got one chance to get this thing right. No, you don't. You got as many chances as you want to take. And how did that feel? If that is just, man. Nothing is wrong. It's not closing the leather down on top of the, in any way, shape, or fashion. Where's the best place I could leave the, let's go this way. I'm gonna go back up over it and close it back down some more. See, I'm pushing that, I'm making that leather back up. I don't want, I guess, you know, as you're pushing it down, as you get more experienced doing this, you're going to not be as particular about things as I am being. It's just, I don't want this piece, half of this leather pinched off, even though it'll work that way for whatever 100 years. It'll work that 100 years with it all under there and supported too, and maybe a bit more. Maybe it will give you more if you get this thing. I sure like what I feel, because this is what I couldn't do with my fingers a little while ago. The thing kept wanting to pop up. Well, now I have uniformly pushed it down, so all of that stuff is, that extra is sort of curled around the piston down there, and I don't see where I'm making any scratches or anything either. This is a stainless steel band, and I, you know what, I think I will get a little more concerned about that. Let's do the same thing to the band with the 2-aught. Make sure that I don't have a sharp edge. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing a problem, but not knowing which way I had the band and that kind of thing. I wish the band went over in a little different way. It does leave, it doesn't leave much, I'll tell you that much. We'll put it on differently. I'm doing the same thing as possibly I was doing with my hands, but I'm doing it and I can't even remember which way I had this. Say, let's push it. It has to go over all of it. All of that goes over. I'm pushing it over the band, over the that, but not on top of the O-ring. I don't want to crush the O-ring. Let it do its own crushing when it gets to the cylinder and a marking or whatever's going to happen to that. I don't want it because I closed down on it. All right, I'm bringing this closed some and make sure that I'm in place. Am I over it? Over it? Over it? Too far over it. Get it up here. We're just placing it on the leather band, and I'm making sure I can see that I haven't crushed it with the leather band. See if I can pull this piece in. I can't see through the holes here, but I think we got it covered. Yeah, we got that covered. And there I got a bite on the whole leather band, bringing it down, you know, crushing it down there all at one time. And not putting pressure on the O-ring either. Now I'm just putting pressure on the leather band. I like that. I'm gonna go put this in the sun, and we're gonna move on to a bus steel. Don't let me forget that this is out there, needs to be put in that proper little, I brought a plastic bag out for it. Oh, just don't let our gaskets blow away either. These need to be put where tractor gaskets go. My gasket's bent over here, and then it was bent over, Rachel, to put it in the box. I wish that didn't happen. But anyway, it did. It's not your fault, but I just thought you'd like to know that they bent my gaskets, man. They put it in too small a box. It's long one way. I mean, it's squeeze it one way and not enough the other. It's not enough either way, but one way would work better than the other if they just add it to the end and put it in that. So anyway, I have all the, you saw me take the cosmoline off. You saw me get that gasket wet. I really like this where I can see so much of it just right there to the edge that I haven't got that leather pinched, that I've actually squeezed the whole leather underneath. You know, there's a piece down there in the corner, a way for it to go or scrunch up, whatever it wants to do down there, let it do it. I want it all in there, that's all. Have you ever, you know, a lady asked me in one of the comments, how did I run the PTO with the engine off? And I answered her, I said, well, the lift is like a hydraulic jack. It doesn't just come down. And so that's the first tractor I've seen. I don't remember our tractor in its later years. It was a used tractor. I mean, gosh, we're talking a 50, that was a 54 or a 55, and we're talking when we were driving it in 59, you know, 9-10-year-old kids. So the lift would seep a little bit in the back. I never knew one until I got this little 47 that holds. I go, well, that's different. And I can go down the road. I think I can make it to the gas station and back. This is the bag that it's going in. I'm going to go get it hot. I want it to get warm in the sun. I have a tendency, I'm going to put it in the bag. Yeah, well, it won't dry out in the bag. I'll be back. I'm going to go place this and we're going to put things away. The wind is coming up. It's time for me to start absolutely thinking about, hey, we need to change tarps on the bus because we just got a gully washer on the... That's nice. I think that it won't hurt to just leave the band on it and put it in the bag, because I really like what I'm seeing here. That's cool. That's perfect. I've decided I'm going to leave the band on it and put it in its Ziploc bag. Should go fill the bag with nitrogen. And there it is. And I'm going to let it cool off. Maybe I'll put nitrogen in the bag. Treat it like cheese. I'm gonna go get my cylinder. I'll be right back. Lindsay just brought me a green drink. Good stuff. All right. Now, let's see. Where were we? Forgot. Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I had coffee today too. Yes, sir. Thank you. Hey, look at this. Okay, that's my piston, and like I say, we are shrinking and I am keeping it absolutely. It can have a little sippy drink if it wants of some kind of oil or whatever, but my handprints and stuff have got to come off of it, and them in the. I sort of think I'm going to just leave the band around the leather right now. It's not leaning, you know, it is leaning on the O-ring. I mean, it's leaning on the leather, which intense. No, that O-ring is clear. That O-ring is absolutely got clearance all the way around. I can pull it over. It's just I'm having trouble rotating it in place. But yeah, I can move it. I can move it around, so it's good. I am not sitting on the O-ring. I am just on the leather seal of it. That scraper should, when I start pulling heavy with snow, it's got to be pushing on the spring. And I don't care if it's in position or if it's in draft. You're just selecting a position. I want that tractor to lift its blade if I'm pulling too hard. Now you got a load of snow under it. I got to lift down here. I'm using the brakes to keep my wheels moving, both of them, while I'm pulling that tractor, and then I got to think and lift this thing up too. Well, you could set it for a position, a height that you want, and when this thing starts tugging snow there, it's going to lift it up and let some of that snow out, and so you can move on, like I see it do on so many demonstrations in the field, but it's not doing that right now. Well, I am surprised to find, see, is that the holding position? Just about. That's what I like, is where you got this thing and it will hold. You've got it right where it's easy to move, but it will hold position. And boy, they sure did. But those marks that are in that piston were put there before they put the final finish on it. I can't feel anything wrong with it. And like I say, this is not a high performance engine that we need. See, what would we have? 3,000, 2.5, 3,000s in perfect. Is that correct? That seems correct to me. That would be like tops. Well, and then when you're worn, a 7,000 is absolute. Outside's got to be bored. I mean, if it's got 7,000s of a taper in it, then it could be an issue. But I guess I have no. Rachel sent me these parts, and they did arrive good. The gaskets got bent. I wish they didn't. I wish the box was just right to hold that stuff correctly. Maybe it's just where it has to be for a shipping purpose or whatever. And the gasket isn't really hurt. It will. I'm not going to start straightening it out until I need to. I'm gonna have another look. I can't help it. This is not hurting this thing at all. We are still shaping that this right here, this piston backer. And boy howdy, I sure got that thing down to where I really think I can get that to slide right on in there, right behind it. I sort of have a picture of it like cupping under that direction, because that's the way that it sort of has to go. But it's certainly not going to fall past its O-rings. And where does it stop when I put it in this way? Oh hell, looks like it goes all the way to its O-ring. You sure don't want it to go in that way, but I just wanted to make sure of what we're looking at. We're going to put some slide and stick on that. It just looks, hey man, I like that. I mean, take a little time. We're not even doing this job today. I am waiting for we got to get the bus out right now. We've got time to do some things with the tractors. If I got to I could bring the Cranbrook out of the garage and then bring the tractor in, cover the Cranbrook with tarp, so there's no way that it gets wet. It's getting as cold as it gets and anything. You're not going to do anything that way. The cats will take care of the car and not let any rodents do. But there is a full well, that's the best shrunk. That's the best shrunk I've seen. I don't want to get it. I do not want to get it wet. I don't want it swelling back there. Not until I go to put it in, because I just, like I say, I want that to be a very uniform support of this O-ring that they gave us. That, man, what would be the difference if I put a Viton O-ring in there? I don't know. I'm not going to, you know, Rachel sells this stuff. She's been fixing tractors with it for a long time. Her papa. And they know things about tractors that I'll never know because I don't do them for a living. But they just put me up against thinking about things quite often. And you know, that's been my job all my life, is that I look over machines and we get them fixed. It makes me think that, I don't know for sure, but if I were pushing the piston in and I had the suede side the other way, the suede side might make it fit easier over. You know, for shrinking it. But other than that, I don't see it having any advantage whatsoever. And where it's right now, this thing's just going to pop right in there without an issue. I'm going to put the band back on. We'll keep it there. There's a place that I think looks really super good right there. Well, that says we have the whole thing flat captured right there. And I sort of feel again, I'm just going to put it back in its bag. So this piston has really gotten the treatment to get its O-rings put on it. And let me wipe my, of course my hands are pretty dry anyway. But I'm leaving the band around plenty of room to breathe through the little holes. There's plenty of room from behind the O-ring. The O-ring is not entirely tight. That's a really, wow. All that it has to be, that's for sure. It is all that it has to be. I wouldn't be a bit surprised. The problem is, when you mess with the size of the bore, you've messed with the amount of oil, the speed that it takes for this thing to get. You don't have the luxury of going, oh well, I'll make a new piston, I'll bore that. Yeah, you can. Well, you could sleeve it if you wanted to pick up exactly as fast as Ferguson expected and Ford expected it to, the 800 pounds of this lift. And another thing that I'm not understanding about the 8-in tractor deal is the damage done to the linkage, to the constant draft linkage, so-called draft, because I'm really moving in on where in the hell is this stuff in relation to my job, my 2060, is it 2060? Yeah, my bush cutter, brush cutter, my outback cutter, the bush. So that's still, there's nothing in the bag. Can't be anything in the bag. All right, we get a new one. No trash in the bag. And right on the ground again. Dang it. Any trash in the bag? No. No trash in the bag. That little piston. Remember, it was all in Cosmoline. Get that stuff off of it. Make sure that that gasket is, scrape out with a little stick. Get that Cosmoline out of your space for your leather gasket back there. I sort of think maybe, I don't know. Why did I put I put the smooth side against the O-ring. And I think I should have put the smooth side, the suede side, the other way, so when you pushed it on, it was suede first to help pull it down. But this will solve that issue entirely, one way or another, going up and down. It doesn't do anything anyway, it just supports the O-ring. And the O-ring is a very interesting piece too. Is there a better material? I've seen some really aerospace type O-rings. I don't know if they'd be better suited for this or not, to tell you the truth. If we put it down like this, it actually I am liking it. I really am. I don't see any reason to cuss the bore. I hope not. There is reason. I see the guys in the machine shop, YouTube, some of the best machinists, doing their engines all the time. Father and son couple that guys that I watch quite often. I don't know their names, but I just stop there when they're working on an engine, because I feel that I'm not taking on the blarney. I don't have blarney coming in at me, and as soon as I feel like I've got blarney coming in at me, I start thinking about, well, let's go find something else. So, and boy howdy, we are really squeezing down that little leather, making it dry out and take tape shape the way I want it. Okay, let's see what we can do here with this. This is tractor oil. What does it say on this thing? This was the last batch I think I bought, and look at it. That top is just Nampa heavy duty tractor, hydraulic and transmission fluid. Okay, all right. Let's see if we can. I'm not putting this in the tractor, I don't think. Look at this thing. It deteriorated on me. What happened here? All right, let's take this. I want to take the cylinder over and just blow it out. That's over here. We're not taking the top off of that yet. I just want some of that oil, but that's probably what I'm going to get is that Napa brand there for it. I'm going to go blow the cylinder out real good. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. What's this oil look like that's in here? That's been blown out. Let me get another new cloth covering this thing. What is this? That is clean oil in there. That's just too damn bad. That bucket top is so sucks. Let me just dip I'm going to dip a cloth in there. And that's a half a bucket of tractor oil. Don't get that dirty. Put that seal back down on it. It's clean. It's good clean tractor oil. Transmission hydraulic oil. Okay, let me get another little taste of that. See if I can get it without dumping dirt into the oil. Okay, get us another little swick some more in there. All right, well, I think that's going to wet that whistle. That's what that's going to do. I want to get this and the piston ready to go in there. Okay, I'm going to put this in, and we're going to push it right up to there. And just hang on. I'm going to take the band off. Alright, let's bring this band up. I want to just put a little bit more oil here for this thing to shove on by. And wow, there it is. And I think I can move that. Look at that. I can actually, can I move that with, I can move that with my fingers. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Let's clean this up. I like it. I don't have a chip of any kind left from my wipe this thing down. This is a nice piece. Already has it. I would still, if I need to grind it some more, whatever. I just had to do that, and that went in there nicely, and that was so easy. I didn't have to thump it. I didn't have to thump it with a hammer to get it to go in there. Maybe that's because it's just too damn big for the hole, huh? No, that's not fair at all. This thing is slithering up and down its sleeve the way it's supposed to. Let's get it, what we need to do is to get it bubble wrapped and put into a box. That's what I need, is bubble wrap and a box. Let's put some, a little bit more. Where's that rag? Damn good oil on it. A new oiled rag right here. Tractor oil. And that's too bad about that lid. I'm going to, and that's enough oil that maybe I need to where's that, the newest lid that I bought for one of these things. That sucks. But I gotta buy a full 5 gallon of oil anyway for it. Oh look, looks like I got oil coming out. Well, no, I guess I set it up on top of that. But tell you what, I am happy with it. I'm real happy with that. Let me get this whole thing covered with a little bit of oil. Not a chip of that leather. Not a chip. I don't know. It just has to do. If it was a little tighter band, I don't think you'd have that trouble. I don't know what trouble there is. I just did not want trouble. I wanted it brought down to that size. Okay, just hang on now. Hang on. I need, yes, that's what I need. Be right back. I gotta go get some saran wrap. We gotta wrap this baby. Put it back in its box. That's ready to go. That's all right. But I need it clean to go in its box. It needs to be in a clean bag. Atlantic Quality Parts. Hydraulic lift cylinder made in Turkey. Okay. Made in Turkey. That's a good place to make it. This thing has to be wrapped up and put back in its box. It is a clean new part. We will dust off the wrap. Huh, that's interesting. Oh. Wow. So that won't come out? You're kidding. Okay. Let's go. First thing we want is this way. Absolutely. I want that barrel. And I want the supply hole closed up. Just like that. Oh, that did come out. Okay. Close it up. And then let's turn and wrap it this way. That's the back side. Okay, that's enough. Right there. Let's put this back in the box. Look at that. It's got some places to sort of hold it in there. We sort of figured this one out to make this a good. I like the little zip deal. That makes it pretty handy. Time to stock up. So it's time to stock up. 5th of July celebration. Okay, there we have that. Wow, that's my part. This is for the Ivan Bell. As soon as we get to it. Okay, let's put this in here. Like that. Yeah. And let's close it up and take it and put it back away. And that is the ring collapser. Oh, hey. Well, comments. I'm going to put this one away for a while. We got to go back to the bus. I'm going to just chop this in and move along because this is a real project for Ivan, I-V-A-N, Ivan Bell. And that's my little yellow and light yellow and brown tractor over there. The one that does the scraper, the one that has the Sherman transmission in it. Well, comments are welcome. Questions,